a roller coaster ride for Coco Gauff as she registered her maiden French Open triumph here with a win over Aryna Sabalenka in the women's singles French Open final. In this particular case, the game basically lasted for 3 sets with Aryna Sabalenka winning the first set here 7-6, but then Coco Gauff, she made a comeback and registered two successive sets here. She won 6-2 and 6-4 so as to make sure that she won her maiden French Open title. So that's the latest news that we have for you, that Coco Gauff has registered history after winning the US Open title a couple of years ago. She has now won another slam, but this time it has come at the French Open and it has basically come with a win over Aryna Sabalenka. So how did the match really fold? Let's just have a look here. Case of the first set here, for that matter, it was Aryna Sabalenka who was leading 4-1, but then it was Coco who made a comeback and made sure that it was tied until 4-0, and that's where maybe a lot of unforced errors were committed by both the players. But towards the end, it was Sabalenka who made sure that she held her nerve, and when the game reached the tiebreaker, that's when Sabalenka, she won that particular set 7-6. The tiebreaker was there and she won it 7-5. They are now in the second and third sets. Coco Gauff, she made sure that she had the upper hand on most of the occasions. She did not really just held her serve, but at the very same time she was able to break the service of Sabalenka, and that was the case, and that's why she won 6-2. Now in the third and final set, which turned out to be a decider, well, in case of Coco Gauff, she started off pretty well. She actually had the majority of the lead, but then towards the end, Sabalenka, she threatened to make a comeback, but then it wasn't really enough because Coco, she held her nerve and won the third set by a margin of 6-4. So in case you have just joined us, well, we have a new French Open winner in the women's singles here, and it is Coco Gauff who has registered a win over Aryna Sabalenka. She lost the first set 7-6. It went to the tiebreaker, but then she made a brilliant comeback and at the very same time registered a win over Sabalenka. So this is where she has won the French Open title for the first time. And what really cost Sabalenka, maybe the two important turning points here that were there in this match, were that there were a lot of unforced errors that were committed by Sabalenka, and that did prove to be a lot costly for her. And secondly, in case of Coco, well, she was able to hold her serve for majority of the game, specifically in the last two sets here, but at the very same time she broke Sabalenka's serve as and when it was needed for the American. So that's about it as far as the important updates of the French Open women's singles final is concerned. Tomorrow it's another big game with Carlos Alcaraz, the defending French Open champion in the men's singles, taking on the world #1 Jannik Sinner, who is coming off with an impressive win over the three-time champion Novak Djokovic. Who do you think will win that particular game? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today for all the exciting updates and analysis from the sporting world.